Hello. I'm not sure how much of this you can see. We may have to play with camera angles a little, although that's not too bad. That's not too bad. There we go, that's better. Hey, welcome to my daughter's bedroom. Basically we're shooting here because it's where I do a lot of the bigger craft projects, if you like. If I sit here, can you see me? Just, yeah. This is kind of where I do a lot of the bigger craft projects. And today I'm gonna be working on a waistcoat project. Now, there's a bit of a story here because anybody who subscribes to me will realise that I put a poll up just before Christmas asking what you'd like to see me make and a tutorial, and we decided we were going to make fingered gloves. Now, so things get a bit tricky. It was quite a complicated pattern to work out. However, I have worked out the pattern. That video is coming. But over Christmas, I wanted to relax a little bit and just kind of craft for fun. So what I ended up doing was making a load of granny squares. Now, for quite a long time, my husband has been asking me to make him a waistcoat. He does professional sort of traditional storytelling for a living. And he wanted something a little bit quirky but quite traditional looking that he could wear on stage. So this is 60 small granny squares, which are going to be made into a waistcoat. I don't know how long the stream is going to be. We could be here all night. Who knows? But I haven't done a podcast for a while, so I thought two birds with one stone. Now, if anyone wants the pattern for this, what I'm going to start doing is putting printed PDF patterns of the videos on my Patreon as a kind of Patreon subscriber thing, because I know a lot of you guys kind of say, can we have the written patterns? And it's not something I normally do. I'm not very good at written patterns, but I'm going to try and do it for the guys who support me on Patreon. And that'll be any Patreon, you know, give us $1. I don't care. You can have the patterns. So yeah, this is going... I've never made up anything with this many parts before. Anyone who knows me and knows how I craft know I don't like making up. I don't like stitching stuff. So yeah. And also, I get to play with Dolly. This is Dolly. She is new. I've never had one of these before, but my daughter started dancing last year, and because I can sew, wants handmade costumes. This is kind of been fully expanded out because obviously my husband is somewhat bigger than my 13-year-old daughter. And it's quite good actually. I mean, it covers from his measurements. He's a little slimmer than me. This at full stretch is slightly under my measurements. And my daughter is a UK 8 to 10, which is a US 4 to 6. Its smallest, it's her measurement. So it's quite a versatile bit of kit. This is a really budget one though. This was £97, which is about $125. It's just off Amazon. It's a little bit lightweight, you know, the dials aren't that sturdy. However, getting one that is the really chunky hard wearing ones, you're looking at kind of a $300 investment. So if you've never had one before and you just want to try one and see if it helps, $100 is probably more than the price mark for a lot of people. So we'll see how it goes. Basically, we're working with all squares and triangles, and I'm basically going to build it on here. I don't often draw out patterns for myself, but in this case I have, purely because, yeah, it's going to be, I will show it to you. Again, I'll get this put up on Patreon now. We're ignoring these ones. These were the original ones, and we're looking at the base ones there. This is kind of a flat version of what we're making here. Can you see that? All the crosses are squares, all of the dots are triangles. That is my pieces count. So the reason there's two different colours is because it's like a checkerboard pattern. I've got two different coloured yarns. One's kind of a variegated brown with colour shot through it. One's a plain paler brown. You could do it all in one colour, but yeah, these are all the different pieces. I ended up making two more because I decided to go for pockets, because why wouldn't I? Why not make this more complicated? Yeah, I'm using standard granny squares. I'll show you them, apart from on the pockets. Standard granny squares. The pockets are the more filled in version. You don't need to use this kind of granny square. You can do this with knitted patches, with crochet patches, with woven patches, literally with anything you can make into a square or a triangle. This pattern should work. And the only way you need to size it out, because obviously there's a bit of stretch in yarn, you can play with it a bit. Basically what I did is I took my husband's chest measurement and I divided it by 6. And then what you need to ensure is that corner to corner diagonal matches that figure. Okay, so take the chest measurement, divide it by 6, and corner to corner, that's your measurement, that's what you need it to be. Now obviously there's quite a bit of stretch in these, so it doesn't need to be bang on. If you're working with something woven, which isn't as stretchy, then you may want to be more precise. But because this is going in a diamond pattern, you're working on the bias, which is a little bit more forgiving. So there is that. I'm looking at this, I'm like, where do I start? I'm not sure why I decided to do this live, not this complicated a project. Okay, let's start. I'm going to start on the neckline and work down from the neck, I believe. So, wow, that's a lot of space. Okay. I don't want to make the pockets first. No, let's not. Let's go with this. So, I'm going to take these two. You may occasionally just see me randomly sitting down and sewing in the middle of that. That's because there are some pieces that I have to join off of the main panel. So, you know, there's that. Okay. Let's get started. Now, I'm going to make this up so it gets made up inside out, because obviously with crochet there's a right side and a wrong side, and you can use either. But I'm going to make it up inside out so I can see all the seams as I'm sewing it, and then when I flip it the right way they'll disappear. So yeah, this was my Christmas craft present. I'm sure lots of people got Christmas craft presents out there. I will try and link any of the equipment I use to the snazzy new Amazon shop they gave me, where I can link products, because that's really helpful, so that you can find them quite easily if you want to. I will do that, and I will also link to the shop, which I believe is amazon.com/lilyoak. No, /shop/lilyoak. In the comments after I kind of put this video on the repeat setting. I'm using a very chunky darning needle here, which I'm sure you can see. I was going to lie and say this is to make sure you can all see exactly what I'm doing and it makes it nice and easy, but the truth is I lost my other darning needle. So I'm using my really, really chunky one. That's the truth of it. One thing I have done on these patches, which you may find useful when you do this, is I have left quite long tails on them, so where I finished them, so I could use that for the making up process. But yeah. yeah, as you can see, I'm literally going along. Can you see that? The very edges to stitch these together. That is the one nice thing about crochet, is you have such obvious sort of edge stitches for making up. Like I say, this is why I did this. I mean, I kind of wanted to see if I can, because I've been avoiding projects that involve a lot of making up for a number of years because I just don't like it. I like stuff to come off a knitting loom in one piece ready to wear. That's kind of that's my go-to happy place there. I'm sorry if I keep cutting my head off on the live stream as well, guys. I've had to get the camera so it was A, out of the way, but B, could see the lovely dolly here. Because once this starts taking shape, it's all going on dolly. And I'm hoping, because often I think one of the reasons why I didn't like projects with a lot of making up is because it's just faffy. You're looking at it and you're like, am I stretching this too much? Is this actually going to look like what it's meant to look like when I get all the pieces together? So I think actually having a body here to stitch it onto will actually be very helpful. I had the funniest. My daughter this year, it was her first year doing national dance competition, okay? And because I'd just been in hospital and stuff, I was like, I can't make the costume from scratch, but I'd want to send her in an off-the-shelf costume because being a new dance mum, you're very aware. So I was like, I buy quite plain, like, leotard dresses, and then what I'll do is I'll add embellishments. That I'll heavily embellish them. That'll be fine. So my daughter, being a 13-year-old dancer, it's obviously somewhat smaller across the chest than me, and I had to, because it was stretch fabric, and I was sewing elasticated trim onto stretch fabric. I'm sure you feel my horror in this. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to stretch this to get it on. So I pulled it up and over my knees and had my knees where her bust would be and stitched it to a pair of leggings. Now, given they were like £3 Primark leggings and I'd been stitching this thing for 4 hours, the leggings got cut off. I was like, I will sacrifice for these. Now, okay, so I keep needing. It's really important to have a thing here. So you're blue, so you sit there. Oh, you just sit there nicely. You're just going to stay there for now while I do another one on the other side. It's on. Yeah, there's a long way to go yet. Now the problem I have here is, do you see these darker patches? You probably might not be able to see this on the video. I've got the dim all the way down, so my battery lasts longer. But these actually have colour flashes through them. Let's see if I can get two different ones. Right, hang on. See, this one's got like a red and blue slight colour flash through it. This one's got like a purple and yellow. And I'm like, do I randomise these? Do I try and make them symmetrical? I'm not sure what the best way to do this is. Do I kind of go bullet set? What colour is that on? Bluish on the inside and reddish on the outside. Do I have one that kind of mirrors that? Ooh. No, you're opposite. Bluish on the middle, reddish on the outside. Yeah, I do have one. The thing is, am I going to get to the point where I run out of being able to match them and then just have odd random ones? You know what? I'm going to randomise them. Otherwise, this could go terribly. No, do I want to match them up? Right. I'm going to put them in pairs now and see if I can put them in pairs. Okay. So, wait there. I'll put you there. Stay. Now. This is an awful thing to do. Right, okay. So. Do I have, right, you match you, one happy pair. What even are you? I don't know. Okay. No. No. This, why did I use this yarn? Right, you two, you kind of match. Kind of match. Go together there. Are you yellowy kind of all the way? No. Are you? No. Why did I do this to myself? Okay. When will I learn? Variegated yarns are the devil. No. Oh, you two kind of match. Okay. How do you have all of the colours in? Right, okay. Wait. You two kind of match. Use. If I match outside colours. No, you're quite similar. What about you? I'd say you two are more similar. What about you? I got blue or yellow in the middle? No, right. We're just going to randomise them. Because this is insanity if we try and match them up. I need to kind of shuffle them now. Just casually shuffling my patches. Yeah, so we'll take you off and we'll use you. Cool. Yeah, and when I said we could be here all night, it might happen, people. I should find some music to put on. The problem is, if I put music on in the background, I have to find like good copyright-free music, which isn't all that easy to do. I'm going to see if I can get a playlist of it put together. So when I do these kind of videos in the future, you can have a little music without it causing any grief from YouTube. Now, you're going on there. Is this all the right way? Right side. Is that the right side? Yeah. No, I have to wonder if it takes me this much to check. Does it even matter? But yes, it does. You're the wrong side. You're the wrong side. Yeah. Would anyone else even notice? Probably not. Actually, that's a lie. Because as soon as I saw all the other crafters, one of them would spot it. Although, half the time he's going to be wearing this thing, he's either going to be around a campfire or under stage lights. So no, they probably won't, is the answer there. But never mind. There's no excuse for sloppy work. So yeah, it was that question I got at some point was do I make up all of my patterns myself? Yeah, usually when I do, I know they're predominantly loom knitting, although I think we're going to add some crochet through 2019. I do obviously watch other patterns and look at other creators, and you know, because you do when you're part of a community on YouTube, you see what other people are doing, you know, you get some form of inspiration there. However, yeah, a lot of my all of my patterns are written by me. There are similar elements to other people. I mean, there's only so many ways you can make a hat. You know what I mean? But yeah, they are all my patterns. And to be honest with you, a lot of it's born out of trying to find simpler ways to do stuff. Like I say, I hate making up. This is a really big sort of pet peeve of mine, having to make up. Oh, why have I done that? No, that's fine. And oftentimes the reason why I've done the patterns in the first place is I'm literally just trying to find the easiest way to do them. That's how actually kind of I started doing this on YouTube. I had a YouTube channel for a lot of years, and I just kind of, it was a bit of a vlog. There was a lot more of the sort of the tarot and the supernatural stuff on it. But craft tutorials weren't something I'd really thought to do. And I'd seen some sort of loom knitting things, and I was like, I do like doing crafts. I've always liked doing crafts. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make some loom knit socks. And then I put a picture of them up, and a couple of my friends were like, they look really cool, how'd you do them? And I was like, well, they are easy. I was like, but the heel can be a bit tricky. But I tell you what, I'll video myself doing it. I'll chuck it on YouTube. And then you can see, and that'll be easier than me trying to like explain it with words. So I did that, and I put it up, and I kind of forgot about it. And this was back when YouTube let anybody put adverts on the video, which I had on, and I kind of forgot about it. And then like a month later, like I was like, there's money in my bank account. Where has that come from? It's from Google. Why has Google put money in my bank account? And basically this video had 16,000 views, and I was like, okay, people like craft videos. So I started doing craft videos, and that's pretty much the sum total of that story. No. Put it through there. I love the fact there are people watching this, and I'm not the only person on a Saturday night being like, yay, crochet time. Oh, okay. How did I run you out today? Yeah, okay, so you're sitting there, and you're sitting there. Is that correct? Please be correct. Yes, it is. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, and that's where our first little button goes, look. Oh, I'm not putting the buttons on till the end though, in case I decide to trim this differently or something. Where do I go next? Do I go down? Do I want to go down there? Although that's straight into the... Wait, I've done... You know what, I need a pen. That would have been good thinking, wouldn't it? I've got a pen. Scarlett has a pen. Okay. Right, wait there. So I've done you. I've done you. Another colour pen would have been better probably, but never mind. So, no I haven't. Have I? Where am I going? Yes I have. Okay, so let's let's do those shoulder ones. So I need 2 of these triangle ones. You know, I might flip these out, so I've got, that'll be quite fun. Do this one. Okay. Yeah, these, by the way, are just half ones. Triangles. So you are going to go there. Is it going there? Is that correct? This is why I draw myself diagrams. Yes, that is correct. Please be correct. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're there. Right side. You're that side. Yeah. Okay, so right, that's right side. So you need to go on there. Okay, so you lie there, and you need to attach to, that's incorrect, to there. Yay! Is that right? Yeah? That is correct, yes. Okay, so take you, I'm going to stitch you to there. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Now you know what, we're going to use this one. I'm actually really excited to make this up, because even when you're crocheting stuff and you're making stuff, until you actually really see it off the loom, or you know, done and finished and made up, you're never 100% certain how it's going to turn out. So yeah. It's always nice when it comes to that time to make things up and you're like, oh my god, it worked. There's a lot of that goes on with my crafting. There really is. Okay, so like I said, I'm kind of doing this in lieu of a podcast, so if anyone has any questions, random comments to say hello, go for it. Yeah. I know I avoid my glass of wine I normally have when I'm doing these things. However, drinking and this pattern, that didn't seem like cohesive options, to be honest. That didn't seem like the sort of thing that was going to go well for me. So, yeah, the wine is not happening tonight. Well, I say that. Once I get into the swing of this, there is cider in the house. This might be a little big actually. I was worried about it being too small, but I think it might be a little. Although to be fair, when I measured him, he was in a t-shirt, and a lot of the time when he does storytelling, because he does it outside, he quite often has quite heavy like linen shirts on and stuff. So it being a little roomy isn't a bad thing. Plus he's getting ready to go off with the Scottish, to train with the Scottish national team for IMCS, which is full contact medieval fighting. I know a lot of you guys who watch this are in the US, so you'll probably be more familiar with the ACL. But yeah, that basically. So he's gonna bulk up a little, so you know, having it a little bit probably isn't the worst idea in the world. You know, it's so dangerous doing this live because I know it's a. Now I know I always say I leave all the mistakes in my videos, and I do, but there is so much more room for error here. Although I'm sure my darling husband will love it all the same. Because if he doesn't, I will hate him. Now, haha. Okay, so that is now sitting on there. Yeah. And we now need to add one to. Oh, that gives me nice centre line actually. Oh wow, yeah, I need to do it with bigger shoulders. That actually sits there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, about there. Is that right? Yeah, that's about right. Cool. Cool. Kind of envisaging that being a slightly deeper V. But actually no, that's fine. So first button is going to go here, and then we're going to have 4 buttons down the front, so it's going to be quite a low one, and then I've got the bottom panels coming to points. He's going to have pockets sitting about here, and the back runs slightly short, so you've got points running here, and then the back cutting off kind of just below waist. So where did I put my other pretty thing? Right, this one will work. Okay, so again, which way am I doing this? It's really hard to tell. That's the right side, so I'm going to be looking at this side. So this needs to go there. Okay. I don't have one there, so I will use this bit to stitch it with. Cool. See my husband come in and be like, it's a scarf. I think it's not a scarf. Okay, there's just a lot more patches to go on. So you can come off. Stitch you on. Now, you know what? Actually, that's where we're going to. But I'm actually going to use the brown one to stitch it again. When I stitch makeup and I've got kind of the thread in the middle there, what I do is I run it back through the top stitches to the end and then stitch all the way along. So I find that's the easiest way to do it. I think what I might do with this live stream when this is over is I might pull the actual live stream and run time lapse on some bits of this. God, We're 35 minutes in. We've done 5 out of a 60 piece. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm up for an all night YouTube stream, are you? We might have to do this in 2 parts. Maybe back tomorrow morning. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. No. The other thing here is with working with 2 different yarns, you have to be a little careful with your tensioning. For all these were both chunky yarns. The variegated one, is that the right word? Variegated is slightly thinner than the other, so it's a little tricky. But I don't think there's enough of a differential for it to really cause too many issues. So, but I guess we'll find out. That's it. Okay. Yeah. There. Now I'm looking at this one, and if it's going to need some sort of edging. Do you know what I mean? I might do like a single crochet stitch, like all the way around it. We will see. We will see how far we get. Now, what do I want to add next? Those ones, I would imagine, and then you can drop in to these ones. That seems like a sensible plan. Do I want to start? Do I want to start connecting around the back and have something that can hang the whole thing on? Is that an idea? That might be an idea actually. Right, but in order to do that, I might spin this so you guys can see what I'm working on. I know a lot of times with these dummies they spin, again, because it is a budget dummy. This one doesn't like doing it, so we're going to just literally pick her up and move her around. There we go. Done. So we now want to add a Right. So off the back of this comes another one of these. And it's coming off that way. So I think what I will do is actually use this one to carry on stitching down. And then I'll tear in there. So yeah, I do all the fun little projects on the tutorials. This stuff would be a long tutorial. Although, like I say, I will put the printed pattern up over on Patreon as a Patreon pick. And I will actually do some granny square tutorials in the new year. It feels a little odd for me to do granny square tutorials because well, I haven't been crocheting that long, to be honest. It's not a craft I feel as confident in as a lot of other ones. So there's that, which makes me feel a little weird for me to be doing tutorials on it. But yeah. So yeah, I learned to crochet. I started crocheting about 9 months ago. So, and this is one of the first bigger projects. I've done lots of blankets, but I've done them kind of like just with giant granny squares where you keep going round and round and round. Life's easier that way. Yeah, so I've done quite a few blankets. I made my daughter like a poncho. But I think this is probably one of the biggest projects I've done in crochet. I mean, I am quite good at picking crafts though, so you know, that's handy. So hopefully I'll continue to get to a fairly decent level of crochet reasonably quickly. We can but hope. Though I made my mum a blanket for Christmas. I really should have took a photo of that before I'm sure I can get one from her though. I made her, it's like all different colour greens because she's got these kind of like, they're like patchwork rugs. Yeah, they're rugs. In our living room. And they're really nice, but they're all kind of different shades of green. And she wanted like just some more blankets because she's like me, she has cats, so she tends to put a lot of blankets down for them. Yeah, so I crocheted her just sort of like a small blanket. That was a reasonable size project. I mean, I tend to work things up quite fast. It just depends how much time you spend doing it. I mean, I've spent a lot of the holidays sat in front of Netflix with my crochet hook. So these patches, I think I did them over 3 or 4 days. It wasn't a huge, oh yay! I'm happy with that. That looks cool. Yeah, that's going to be cool. I think it definitely needs an edge. Okay, that's going to be more time on the project. But that's okay. We can do that. We'll do a little more time on the project. Whew. Go there. Wait, what have I done? Those ones. Done that one. I'm about to do that one. Okay, cool. So this one is going to sit along there. Yep. Cool. Yeah, I have a feeling this whole thing might not get done tonight. But that's okay. That's fine. If it doesn't all get done tonight, we may do another live stream, or I may just send you the finished picture of the finished article. If it fits. Oh God, I hope it fits. Go on now. Okay. Go now. So I like doing videos like this in real time though, because I think it kind of it's good for the people who have the mentality of not valuing handmade gifts. And luckily I don't have this. Most of my friends and family knew handmade gifts take a very long time and they're very happy to receive them. However, hello. Ah, thank you. Can you put it on a box for me, please? Because I don't want to drop this at this moment. Thank you. This might have to be a two-part video.
The cat is trying to get in.
No.
It's only spots. You won't wreck it.
He would. He is
Getting up.
a monster who really likes wool. Yeah. Using yarn with kittens is
Look, he's worried though. Look,
He's like, hello, sweetheart. I'm here.
she's here. Look.
I'm here. I haven't run away, sweetie. But
Look, she's there.
you can't be in here because there is lots of yarn and you're
He's
not very well behaved.
desperate to be in here though, bless him.
Oh, no.
Come on, this one.
But he cannot be. I have a kitten who, God bless him, thinks I am the sole point of being of the universe. And I love him very dearly, but he loves Yarn very dearly. And no, he is not destroying one of my craft projects that has had this much work gone into it. I'm afraid he will just have to survive without me for a little bit. And I'm sure he will. I'm sure he'll be fine. No, little man. I'm not making you another blanket either, dude. I know exactly why you want to be in here. This crochet project is not for catses. It's for people's. And as much as I hate to be the one to break this to you, little dude, you is not people's. He thinks he's people's. This takes so much. Yep. So this one bit. Okay. Yeah, this is going to need an edge. There's no two ways around it. We'll edge it once it's right way in though. Okay, so. Yeah. Now what we need to do. See, this is going to work. It's going to sit further back though, isn't it? Because we have one to go in there. Is that right? Is that right? Yes, it is. So we've got one to go in there. Yeah, because I'm on here now. And then two to fall in. So this will sit there. Yeah, so sit slightly further back. Because this is going in there. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, what I need to do now is pop you two in there. Or do I? Yes, do in there. Do in there. Okay. 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 Okay And then I'll have one in there. On the shoulders. Now, why is you in the wrong places? What I might have to do is run this one up in a long. Is that doable? I've got the spare end on here. Oh, I've got this one, so this one can come down and along. Oh, yeah, I know how I'll do this. Right, okay, so. It's gonna look cool. I do like it when you get, when you start putting pieces together and you're like, this is gonna look cooler than I thought it was. Okay, cool. So. I'm too short to work straight on the dummy. No! No, I'm not. Be one though, guys, if you're at a storytelling gig and you see my husband and he is wearing his lovely storytelling gig waistcoat and you spill a pint on him, I will end you. Okay. want my cup of tea. And then, have I got any threads on the corner there? No, that's fine. We'll run this one back to there. And I'll leave that one in. We will. Hey guys. It's getting there. I kind of feel like I should zoom in on this a bit, but at the same time I don't want you to kind of lose me. But while I have my tea, I'm going to show you my buttons. I bought like one of the big wholesale lots of patterned wooden buttons. Where's my camera? There it is. See it? They're really cute, little colourful ones, like with mandala patterns on. I brought 7, I only need 6. But yeah, so they're going to be what's going on. Obviously not this bit, this is the back. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to put some sort of edge on this all the way around to neaten it. But that's okay, I can do that. This might be a 2-part video. Because yeah, this takes quite a while to do. How long am I in, I'm an hour in. I'm an hour in and an 1/8 of the way there. Wait there, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 6. I'm a 1/6 of the way there on patches. There's pockets. And then there's all the edging. I'm about an 1/8 of the way there. 8 hours making up time. Fine. We do that. That's, yeah, no. Let's get this one on. I'm just going to, I have a chair down here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm just going to move it out the way. You just don't see that? Yeah, pretty much. Oh. Okay, but I didn't even come to this side just to run this up. What was I talking about before Robin came in? Oh yeah, handmade presents. Yeah, I'm quite lucky, and I think with all of my sort of friends and family, where if I give them something homemade, they're like, "Oh wow, that must have took ages. Thank you, yay." But there's still this kind of thing with some people that handmade gifts are like an easy option or a cheap option. I'm like, if I this thing by the time I finish it is going to have taken up a week of my life, like a little more than a gift card, you know. So yeah, and that's without the cost of materials. Craft materials is getting more and more. It's not a cheap habit to have. Get your kids into crafting. they'll never be able to afford drugs. It's, yeah, you know. Yeah, I think I did work out before making up, there was roughly 20 hours work in this, roughly. I mean, the thing is, I don't literally just sit and crochet. I normally have like Netflix on, or I have my audio books on, you know, so it's, you know, it's not like work, but at the same time, it's a lot of work. Pretty. Okay. Need to add the back in. And do that. Add the back in, and then do I want to go back to the front? I might do the other bit of the arms first. Yes, he's nice. Okay. Would you stick there for? No. Never mind. Okay, but you're going. One more tea. You're like a magnetic. Yeah, you're not. Hello, people. Okay, so to break this, if for those of you who've been here since the grim beginning, here's where we are. Okay, so we're currently looking at the back, which is the top half of this. So if I flip it, okay, so we've got this. Now, there you go. The two darker triangles that you can see are the two little peach dots there, and the two paler ones are the blue cross there and the blue cross here, which you can see I've put the grey line through where I've been marking them off. So what we're about to add when I finish this tea is this blue cross section here, and then we will have this whole top section and shoulder bit in, and we can start working down the rest of the body. Okay. So wait there, let me mark off what I've got in so far. So, urine, urine, and then I'll put you on. Yes? Yes. quite long, is it? It's 4 of those deep. So, yeah, because this is a bit shorter than my husband's body, so it'll sit about there on my husband, and the front will come down the top of his leg, which is, it's one of the, as he described it, a hobbity style waistcoat, rather than the traditional tailored cut. So yeah. That could perhaps do with being nipped in a little more there. That's fine, we can add an extra stitch as we touch it. Okay. Anyone is wondering, by the way, this is going on with a basic as you like whip stitch, but you know, if you're making up, go with whatever you want to go with. It's fine, as long as it holds together and it's neat. Yeah, I need to find some royalty-free music for the next time we do this. Make it a little more fun. We've got a full neck almost. Almost a full neck. Get there. Mm-hmm. Guys, I apologise, I know I'm blocking it, but I kind of need to be on this side. Now this is a lot of work. Oh, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how it turns out. And while I'm here, I'm just going to tidy up this corner a little because it's annoying me already. That's better. Oh, that's so much better. Yeah, my husband despairs, bless him. So I make him nice things because I'm the messiest woman you've ever met. When it comes to crafts. There's the trusty OCD we don't see anywhere else in life. Okay. You need to be thingied as well. But I'm going to need to do that with scissors. Might need those. We'll do that one later. It'll be fine. I will. It's fine. Oh, so much neater. There we go. Oh, that's better. Okay. Oh, it's so working. Okay. Sorry, that's the weird contented noise I make when projects are going on. So, do you want to add the back in or do you want to start going down the front? Should we start? Let's switch back to going down the front for now. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, so now we're going to add more here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. One in there. go. Love the way this is structured as well. That's cool. Big blue kingdom. I don't know why I've got Proud Mary stuck in my head either. No idea. We'll go on there. Now. Yeah, actually I'm going to stitch you in with this one. You can go away. Go away. Yeah. So I'm just working out where my pockets are going. 3. Yeah, so 1. There. There will be pockets. That'll work. Although they will be really far around the side. We could do, yeah, like that pockets. That could work. It'd be a bit quirky, but look at it. Quirky is the name of what we're going for here. So, okay. Hello. Oh, can you put it on the side for me, please? Thank you. She's there. Look. Yes, we show the cat I am indeed still alive. Bless him. Such so sweet. I love him, Jelly. The cat, not my husband. Although I do love him, Jelly, too. He's slightly less stupid than the cat. I mean, don't get us wrong, it's marginal, but you know. Go. Because I can. Mm-hmm. Okay. Whew. We're getting there. I mean, we're nowhere near finished, but you know, you can see it's starting to look like a thing now. Would it be better if I zoomed in on that? I know you probably. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we'll do that. There we go. Probably slightly known, but you're going to be able to see me actually working on it a little better from there. And you just have to listen to my voice and not see me. Yeah. Because, see, if I sit on a chair, can you see me? If I kneel, can you see me? Kinda. Need a chair. Look at that. Ah, I'm going to move that chair across the room. You can kind of see me there. Hey. But it's probably better zoomed in on that. If I sit on a cushion. Little better. Hey, but yeah, so we're getting there. We're getting there. It's going to start to look more like a waistcoat soon. I think the point where I'll kind of breathe a sigh of relief is where we put the patches on that join under the arms, but we're a little way off that point yet. But we are getting there. Just trying to make myself slightly higher. Hey, that's better. Okay, so it's still not a brilliant angle, but it's okay. Yeah. Oh, I'd like to at least. I will cut this stream off at 3 hours. I'm not going for a 3-hour stream. But I want to at least get the pockets on tonight. I feel like if we get under the arms joined and the pockets on, I'll be sort of happy with where we're at tonight. How far into this make are we? An hour and a half. Okay. An hour and a half, so. No, I'm being such a tit. I've moved this chair. All I actually had to do. It's a really heavy chair. All I actually had to do. Don't know if this will work. Can you see me there? Yay! Okay, that works. We'll just spin slightly. Hey. There you go. Okay, so. Oh, this bed got a new mattress on it today. Very comfortable. Yeah, so what we need to do is we're going to put some more of the pale ones on here. There is another triangle to go here. It'll mean the arms are quite low. Like by the time the arms join, you've got quite a big arm socket. It'll come down about there. But as I said, Gordon, he does have quite big shoulders, and sometimes he does wear bulkier stuff underneath his waistcoat, so I'd rather have that extra room, and we can always adjust it and sew them up and join them, which is obviously a little bit better than anything else. Hey guys, I just missed all of those comments. Which will just make things a little bit easier than anything else. Because obviously if I did it as a solid patch, I couldn't then undo them. So I'm not putting pauldrons on it. Oh, hey Bambi. I'm not putting pauldrons on it. No. I could knit pauldrons. It will look a little pauldron-esque because it is quite boxy, which I quite like. It's almost like sort of a quilted pattern. Obviously this is the wrong way around. It's going to get turned inside out to be finished off. I'm not doing lapels either. I am going to border it though. Once it's all done, I'm going to run a single border stitch the entirety of the way around it, because I just don't think it'll look finished if I don't. So yeah. I do like having this to work on though. I'm glad I invested the money, even though it's quite a budget one and quite a flimsy one. I wouldn't say flimsy, it's quite lightweight. But it is just... I know you brought me tea. Pixie, I could put a hood on it. No, I couldn't. I don't have enough of the variegated yarn left. Otherwise, I could have put a hood on it. What I might do is, because I'm working on a pattern for a hoodie, like an elf style hoodie, which may have a hood. So I'm making that for me though, because I've got 4 balls of this really gorgeous yarn that I bought ages ago to make myself a jumper with. So it's going to be like a crochet hoodie. So after I've made this, for my next project for you, I might make you a pixie hood style thing. But yeah, it's really, and I'll get some close-up pictures of this as well to add into the community section when I'm done, because you really can't see the variegation in that yarn, and it is really nice, but it needs to be kind of photographed under a certain type of light, I think, for you to really be able to see it. But it does have loads of different multicoloured through, but with it being within that brown, it's still quite subtle. But yeah, having an actual form to work on, it's so much easier. It really is easier, noticeably easier. Usually when you're having to make up, if you don't have a form, you kind of like try to line out flat and you're trying to work out where the shapes of people's body are to make sure it fits properly, especially when you're working with like this many panels. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure some people watch this and go, oh yeah, dropping 100 quid on, you know, or $120 if you're in the US. I know a lot of my viewers are, on a form wouldn't bother them, but for some people for me that's a big craft investment. The YouTube money helps. Thanks for watching. Don't skip the ads. But it's still a big investment, but it's, yeah, I would say definitely worth it. And you know, remember to subscribe and watch all my other videos. Hit the bell button, and hopefully, as you know, it's been a really good year for us on YouTube. Hopefully, as the community here grows, and let's say I'm going to add a Patreon to try and get some another way to kind of monetize the channel, so I can do more, basically, because when you're not getting an income from it, there's only so much you can do. But when that happens, I think I will invest in a slightly sturdier one. So yeah, but no, it's really been worth it. It's going to be really helpful for costumes for gigs this year as well. But it's, yeah, I'm glad I got it in red as well. This also came in black, and I was like, do I get the black, do I get the grey, do I get the red? Now, the reason I say I'm glad I got the red is because had I got it in the black or the grey, any dark colour I was working in, it would have been really kind of hard to see where your stitching was, where your working was, especially when you're working with sort of crochet, weaving, nail binding, where you're looking for the edges of certain stitches. Whereas on the red, it really stands out. So unless I'm working in that shade of red, which isn't going to happen that often, that's by far and away the best colour. I don't understand why they make them in muted colours. Like for me, make them in like lime green, like high-vis yellow, because you're always going to be able to see stuff standing out from it. I don't get why they make them in dark or neutral colours. It's like, no, that just makes life harder. So this, I think, in the red is the best colour. Yeah, the next thing on it, I think, is going to be my hoodie. Although I keep finding fabric that I bought and stashed and haven't used, so I may use up some of the fabric. I found some gorgeous gold silk I bought vintage gold silk and forgot I had it. It's gorgeous. It's brocade, but it's really lightweight, so I think that might get turned into a skirt, which on something like if I've got this, is a piece of cake, you know. Although the waist doesn't quite go big enough for me. It's like this. Diabetes, don't care. Heart disease, don't care. You can't use your dress for, I'll lose weight. This is where we're at. No, to be fair, and don't start sending me messages going, you don't need to lose weight. I do. I know I'm not massive, but believe me, hip to waist ratio, I do need to lose it. And I've put a lot on this year between the surgeries, so it's, I kind of like, I've stood still. I feel like I've lost a lot of weight because I have between surgeries, but I keep putting it back on with the surgeries. So when it goes down this time, hopefully it'll stay down. So I will, however, have to put a bra on this and stuff it to get it to fit around my new boobs, because the doctor that did my reconstruction after the mastectomy did a really good job. They are awesome, but yeah, these tiny little mounds here ain't form fitting. They ain't in keeping with my form. No. You need something a little bit more voluptuous, so yeah, I might have to put a bra on it and stuff it to make tail and stuff. I mean, the thing is, I mean, like I said, this is obviously a female foam, and I'm using it to make something for Gordon, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, I've set the measurements to within an inch or so for Gordon is, but this isn't. It's not a tailored suit. It's not a tailored shirt, or you know, something very foam thing. So it doesn't really matter. It's more there so you can see the structure, so you can see the way it's falling. You know, it doesn't have to be bang on perfect. So, and if you're only ever going to make clothes for yourself, like if there's only one person you make them for, if you're purely going to make clothes for you, you can pick these up in fixed standard dress sizes for about £25, which is about maths. It's about $30. Yeah, $35. Which isn't a lot of money at all. Just off Amazon again. So the reason I got this one is because I want to make it for me, for my daughter. You know, and I'll probably end up making it for other people as well. And so yeah, being able to jump up and down between multiple sizes. If my daughter does partners routines as well for dancing, so if I end up making their duos costumes for her and Jess, obviously I put Jess's sizes onto it. So yeah, it's helpful for me to have a one that changed her size. But I also want to have a go at the stuffed t-shirt method as well, where you just stuff a t-shirt and, well no, you put the t-shirt on, you wrap yourself in duct tape, you cut yourself out of it, you stuff the t-shirt, you put it on a pole. One of my friends, Lisa, who does a lot of costuming work, she makes some really awesome like mermaid costumes, and she does she does all sorts. I know she's tried it before and it worked for her. So I assume it does work. Whether I can get it to work is a different story, but yeah. But yeah, Dolly will come in very, very helpful. Now that I have her. I'm expecting as well, I haven't announced on social media I've got this, I'm expecting to open my Facebook to messages from most of my crafty friends going, where'd you get it from? Didn't know you were getting a dress from. Where'd you get a dress from? Was it unsafe? Because I didn't know a lot of my friends, most of my friends are crafters in some way, shape or form. Okay, let's keep going. Tea has been drunk. Let's see where we are up to. Right. These ones. And then I think it's going to be special. Now I think I'm going to make the pockets up first as whole little units. Now. And then stitch them in. They're going to go about there. And yeah, this is going to be right. See, normally I would put, that's going to be a pocket. Now normally I would put the opening there. However, that's going to be quite far around Gordon's side. So he's going to be putting his hands in his pockets there. Now what I might do is flip it and have it so the opening's here. Which I'm aware is a little odd because you don't stand with your hands in your pockets like this. However, these are small pockets. He's not going to put his hands in them anyway. And this way, when you sit down, because of the angle of them, quite often if you have the entrance to the pocket there, when you sit down, stuff falls out your pocket. Whereas this way, it'll tip further in. So yeah, we might have unusual pockets to add. Unusual, but more practical. Upgraded pockets. Okay. Let's go. So, let's add. Now, can I get... No, you're quite short. But if I run you... It's working out how to do the making up and use all your ends up as well, you see. Okay, so we're going to add you there. You can run in down there. And you can run in there. Yes, will that work? Oh, do I need you? Could just run you in there. Yeah, that might be a better way to do it. Yeah, so you down there. That works. The dawning. Okay, I know how I'm doing this. You know, I'm going to let you just hang out there and I'm going to get this side in first. Is that going to be long enough? We're about to find out. That'll be long enough. I knew that was going to be really tight. However, Here, you just got to. Do with maybe one more stitch, but what I'll do is when I put the triangle one in there, I'll pull it tighter. Now this bit. Yes, that makes sense. I thought I'd gone wrong. You know, when you have one of those moments and you're like, something is wrong, but it's not. It's fine. It's fine. We know what we're doing. Kinda. The other thing people forget when it comes to crochet and knitting is you can't really machine stitch it either. Like, it all has to be done like this. I really need to get smaller donut needles. Okay. Oh, we are getting there. What are these buttons going to look like in situ? Ah, yeah, it is pretty. They're going to be cool. Cool. Yeah, they're going to be awesome. Cool. And this one. Worrying about the way things might have been. It will keep on trying. Is that going to be long? Oh, it's going to be tight again. But it's doable. We can do it. Now I'm going to run that up to there. And that one up to there. Let's do that. It's going to be tight again, isn't it? It'll go though. Just. It'll be fine. Right. I knew this was going to be really tight. I'm not going to get it though. Oh, just. Yes, it's going to be an interesting tie-off. Mm. Mm. I'm not sure how happy I am about that. It's not too bad. Yeah, I think that's okay actually. Yeah, should be. Work it back in. Yes. What's in that one? No.
Cider?
Cider. Yes, please.
You have a question from Amanda?
Amanda.
Porter, possibly? Saying, are these made on the loom? And do you have a tutorial for them?
No, these aren't made on the loom. These are crochet. There will be a tutorial going up for them to do the crochet squares. However, I will publish the basic layout pattern for the waistcoats, and you don't need to do it with crochet. You can do it with kind of any squares. You can knit the squares, you can weave the squares, you could literally loom.
Nice.
I think for the hello Papa. I think literally for this side you want kind of 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches on the sides, because they need to be 6 to 6.5 across there. However, the way you work out your measurement is you measure the chest of the person you're making it for, you divide it by 6, and that has to be the corner to corner measurement of your squares. And you need quite a few of them. I will put up the layout for them. and I will publish that. But I am going to do some crochet tutorials through 2019 because you can do literally any granny square pattern, knitted square, woven squares. You could even cut this out of fabric and do it as like a patchwork, standard sewn patchwork. The layout of it, it's all squares and triangles, so it translates. A few of the patterns I'm going to do like this are like that, so regardless of what your particular craft is, you can make it work, basically, is how we're gonna do it. But I will put up some basic granny square tutorials for people who don't crochet, and to be fair, they'll be very basic tutorials because I'm quite new to crochet. As I say, I think I did my first crochet sat in a field in April of this year, where I was taught by a lovely man named Mark. Taught me how to do the basic stitches, and then when I got home I basically kind of looked up some different patterns and learned a few different things. Crochet is quite simple though, because once you know, in the US, singles, doubles, half doubles, you can pretty much do anything. It's just those same stitches in slightly different orders. But yeah, you can do these on a loom 100%. You basically do a flat, I would say, what's that? Cast on 12 to 15, and knit for roughly, 12 to 15 rows till you've got a square. And yeah, just literally plain knit the squares, and then you can attach them like this, or you can rib stitch them if you want it slightly more fitted. But no, I will put up a tutorial for the granny squares, but it's basically following a grid pattern. This one, this is the grid pattern, you can see. I will draw this up neatly. I'll put it on some sort of chart and have it published, so you guys can work off of it. Now, how long have we been on this live stream, by the way? 2 hours 15 minutes. I'm not going to run this stream past 3 hours. I will do this as a two-parter, if we have to, which I think we're going to have to. This ain't getting finished in another hour's time. But it is at least starting to look like a waistcoat. And these little guys. It's going to go here. Is that the right way? No, that's the right way. Well, these are going to be awkward because that's going to be on the wrong side, isn't it? I've got so if I do those there, I'm going to need to tie some yarn on. That's okay. We can do that. But let's do the easy side first. Which way is the right way around on these? That's the right side, so I want to be there. Yeah, this is a decidedly bigger project than I've done tutorials for before. Like I say, there's about, usually the loom knit tutorials I do, you're looking at, well, they're all kind of, make in a day or make over 2 days projects. None of them are what I would call sort of longer or bigger projects, but this is, so I think there's about 20 hours work in this, so it is something a little bit more challenging than the other things we've done. I say it's not challenging, it just takes longer. It's actually painfully simple. Once you've got the grid pattern of how to connect everything up in front of you, it's really easy. It's just, you know, don't get me wrong, it took me a while to work out where everything needs to go. I've done that, so I can just put that up for you guys to watch and copy off. It's the working out the patterns that's tricky. Following them, you know, none of the stitches we're using here are complicated. You guys will be fine. And yeah, as I say, you can do this with absolutely anything you like. You can crochet, you can knit, whatever your thing is. You just need the right size squares. As I say, for these bigger projects, because they do take a lot of time and a lot of materials, I am going to start using the Patreon, my Patreon a little more, because I know you guys are awesome, you know. I know you guys put donations in on the live chat stream, which is massively appreciated on the super chat there. But to start running big projects, yeah, it's a lot of material. That I say that there's 20 hours in this, but this is something I was making as a gift for someone anyway, and I thought you guys would like to see it. I will put the pattern up because that's cool and I can do that, but I would like to do these kind of projects more often, but to put in the work involved with doing them, it is a lot of work for the videos. And of course, if you, I know not everyone can put money in on the super chat or on Patreon, so if you want to see more videos and you can't do that, but you want to support the channel, literally just share the videos. Pick a tutorial and share it on social media or somewhere. You know, ask your friends to subscribe, because at the end of the day, the more people I have watching the channel, the busier the channel is, the more YouTube and the partner program will support me, and that can kind of take care of the costs involved with doing these size projects. Now, you're not going to work because she was evil. Are you? No, you're not, because you need to be there. And yeah, we're going to have to use yarn. Yeah, I'm not going to get as far as I wanted to tonight, unfortunately. Which is a little disappointing, but I can always pop another video. We can all come back here tomorrow and do this again until I get this thing finished. think I'm joking, but I'm not. The next loom knit video is, I know I said at the beginning, but obviously we've been here several hours now. I'm guessing it's not all the same people on the live stream. It's going to be different. The glove tutorial, which people voted for. If you don't subscribe to my page, please click like on the video, subscribe, click the bell icon. And YouTube have been kind enough to give me a communities tab. So what I've been doing is I've been kind of putting it up to a vote as to what loom knit projects we do. Because I'm not always sure what people really want to see. So it made sense to basically just ask you guys. Yeah, so keep an eye on that. But the last one that was voted, and it was just before Christmas, I was going to try and get it up before Christmas, but I couldn't. I know the mitten one's been really popular this year. So we're going to do a actual kind of like fingered glove tutorial. And it's been the pattern was a little bit more tricky to work out than I thought it was going to be. If any of you follow my Instagram, you may have seen the prototype one, and it was like, yeah, don't worry, the end result isn't going to look like this. Because the only way I could figure it out was to kind of guess and making one, and then see what bits needed tweaked. And actually, I only had to make the one to figure it out. So it's you know, it's not all bad, but yeah, it just took a little bit more figuring out than I would have liked to. But that is coming in the next few weeks. It's probably next week, to be honest. But we'll see. I have the children are here from tomorrow. Me and my husband have not my current husband, who this being me for, my ex-husband, the kid's father. We have shared custody, and the kids arrive here tomorrow. They've been with their father. They've been going back and forth through the holidays. And this room where I keep a lot of my craft stuff is actually my daughter's room. So this is going to be fun, because she's going to come in, she's going to be like, new craft things, and I'm going to be like, they're not yours. I do let her, I do go through a lot of craft things with her, but usually I end up buying her versions of our own stuff and be like, these are yours, those are mine. You use yours, do not touch mine. Unless it's the big stuff, you know, I'm not, you know, the looms and not the small knitting looms. I have some bigger heddle looms and things, and peg looms and stuff, which I'm not going to buy duplicates of those. So yeah, she uses those. But when it comes to crochet hoops and my darning needles, which magically disappear all the time, yeah, they're mine. I don't share those with anyone. They're mine and mine alone. Yeah, sorry if I miss questions. Gordon does keep bringing me drinks and stuff, so he catches me up on them. But where I've got the camera to be able to see what I'm doing, I can't really see the comments on it. Okay, so whew, it is starting to look like a real waistcoat. Okay, so which side do buttons go on for men? Do we know this? I've never thought about it. Let me check one of Gordon's jackets. Like, just need to see what's happening here. Okay, so we are getting there. I kind of feel like I want to spin it around and do the back. I might just keep going with the front here. And do the back when we're done on the front. Do I want to do any more tonight? How long has this live stream been going? Looks like quite a cute little sort of bikini top thing though, doesn't it? We've been going for 2.5 hours. I'm going to put, oh, I'm going to put 2 more panels in, and then we are going to call it a day. Yeah. I think any more would be a little insane, to be quite honest. Yeah. Okay. We will reconvene in the morning when I've slept. I've still got Proud Mary stuck in my head, man. What's going on? This is really going to be quite structured, isn't it? Oh, they're picking at the right side. Makes everything feel happy. Oh, what time are we on? 12:37. Do I want to do? No, you know what? I'm not going to do this patch because I am tired and I'm going to make a horrible mistake if I keep sewing when I'm tired. So, hey, there we go. So, thank you, people who have come and joined me this far. We will see the end of this quest together. I will come on and do the second part of this tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow morning, so you know, if you've got nothing better to do on a Sunday morning, if you're lying in bed flicking through YouTube, come and watch me develop repetitive strain injuries to my hands. Yeah, and we'll see how far we get tomorrow. There will be pockets by tomorrow of this, I am sure, because they're going here with weird access points, because I think that's the best way to do them. I mean, I could put them there, but that seems very near the front. Yeah, we'll put them there, but with access points in there. This is really quite structured and thick. It's going to be really warm. It's going to be fun to watch him try and wear it under stage lights, but when he's around a fire, it's going to be warm. And if he puts it in a tumble dryer, I will hurt him. I'm still bitter and twisted about the wool sprung loom he tumble dried, destroyed 4 years ago. I still bring that up. He knows now. Never tumble dry anything that's handmade. But yeah, this one is not going near a tumble dryer when it's done. This yarn will probably be okay. This one will not. But yeah. Yes, so tomorrow, I don't even think we're going to get this finished tomorrow morning because I've got all the back still to do. But we will get further on than we are now. We'll see how it goes. So we may do this throughout next week. Just randomly. Scarlett can just share her bedroom with my YouTube setup. She'll be fine. She can still see her TV. That'll be charming. Thank you. And yeah, this will be a tutorial at some point, or a series of tutorials. But thanks for watching this far, and I will see you back here tomorrow morning for part 2.